The shotgun had its moment, a long one. 100 years of being the default answer every time someone asked what to put in the corner of the bedroom for home defense. That moment is over. Modern long guns, specifically the platforms we're going to talk about today, have evolved to the point where shotguns simply cannot keep up. Higher capacity, less recoil, better accuracy, faster follow-up shots, and in many cases, less wall penetration than the buckshot your grandfather swore by. I'm not here to trash shotguns. I'm here to tell you the truth about what's actually taking over home defense in 2026, and the data backs every single pick on this list. Let's get into it. Number 9. Palmetto State Armory, PA-15. We're starting at number 9 with a platform that proves one thing very clearly. You do not need to spend a lot of money to get a serious home defense firearm. The PSA PA-15 runs between $500 and $700 depending on configuration. That's it. And for that price, you get a fully mil-spec AR-15 with a 16-inch barrel, a 30-round magazine, and a platform that has been tested by thousands of real shooters who put real rounds through it. PSA builds these to mil-spec tolerances. That means the parts are interchangeable with every other AR-15 on the market. If something needs replacing, you're not hunting for proprietary components. You walk into any gun store, order online, and you're back up and running. The honest caveat: quality control isn't always perfect. When yours arrives, put 200 rounds through it before you trust it for home defense. If it runs clean, you're good. PSA's customer service will take care of anything that doesn't. Here's why it's on this list. Over 24 million AR-style platforms are in civilian hands in America right now. Home defense is the #1 reason people buy them. The PA-15 is how most people get started on that platform, and it holds its own against firearms costing twice as much. You don't need to spend $1,000 to defend your home. The PA-15 proves it every single day. Number 8. CZ Scorpion Evo 3 Carbine. Not everyone's situation calls for a full-size AR. Apartments, townhouses, smaller homes where every hallway is a tight corner. For those situations, the CZ Scorpion Evo 3 Carbine is the answer. This is a pistol-caliber carbine. It fires 9mm, the same round your handgun likely runs. That matters for a few reasons. First, 9mm through a carbine-length barrel is significantly faster and more accurate than 9mm through a pistol barrel. You're getting more performance out of the same ammunition. Second, 9mm penetrates drywall less than 5.56 or buckshot, which in an apartment building with shared walls is not a small detail. The Scorpion Evo runs on Scorpion magazines that are cheap and widely available. The controls are intuitive, the recoil is almost nothing, and the folding stock makes it compact enough to store in a nightstand safe if you have one large enough. Recoil magazine calls the Scorpion Evo one of the best pistol-caliber carbines for home defense, particularly for people who want something effective but less physically demanding than a full-size rifle. It runs around $800 to $900. For what it is and what it does in a tight space scenario, that is exceptional value. Number 7. IWI Tavor X95. The IWI Tavor X95 looks like it came from the future, and in terms of home defense design philosophy, it kind of did. This is a bullpup rifle, meaning the action is located behind the trigger group instead of in front of it. The result is a rifle with a full 16.5-inch barrel that measures only 26 inches overall. For comparison, a standard AR-15 with a 16-inch barrel runs about 32 inches. That's 6 inches of length you get back. 6 inches that matter enormously when you're clearing a doorway or a hallway at 2 in the morning. The X95 is chambered in 5.56 NATO and runs standard AR-15 magazines, so your ammunition and magazines are completely interchangeable with the most common rifle platform in America. No proprietary anything. The trigger is the honest critique. Bullpup triggers are never as crisp as a good AR trigger. The mechanical linkage adds some travel. It's workable. But if trigger feel is your priority, manage your expectations. IWI is an Israeli defense manufacturer. This gun was developed for and is carried by the Israeli Defense Forces. It has been combat tested in real-world conditions in ways that most American civilian rifles never will be. around $1,300, for a battle-proven compact rifle that gives you full ballistic performance in a package shorter than most AR pistols that price is justified. Number 6. Ruger PC Carbine. Here's a long gun for a very specific situation, and that situation is more common than people want to admit. You live in a state with AR restrictions, or you're new to long guns and a full-size AR feels like too much, or everyone in your household needs to be able to operate the home defense firearm, including a spouse or family member who hasn't had years of training. The Ruger PC Carbine is the answer to all three of those situations. It's a 9mm pistol caliber carbine that accepts Glock magazines, which means if you carry a Glock, your pistol and your carbine share magazines. One ammunition type, one magazine type. Simple. The controls are straightforward. The recoil is minimal. The takedown system lets you break it in half without tools for storage. And at around $700, it is one of the most accessible serious home defense platforms on the market. USCCA specifically recommends pistol caliber carbines like the PC Carbine for home defense in restricted states and for shooters who want less penetration risk than 5.56. That's not a knock. That's smart thinking for the right situation. Know your situation. The Ruger PC Carbine is built for it. Number 5. Springfield Armory St. Victor. The mid-range AR-15 market is crowded. A lot of companies fighting for the same $800 to $1,200 buyer, and most of them are making very similar platforms. The Springfield Armory St. Victor stands out because Springfield actually thought about the home defense use case specifically when they built it. The St. Victor comes with a free-float M-lock handguard that keeps your weapon light-mounted and stable without interfering with the barrel. The BCG is nickel-boron coated, which means easier cleaning and better reliability in high round count situations. The trigger is better than most factory AR triggers at this price point, and the overall fit and finish is genuinely impressive for a platform that starts around $900. Springfield backs it with a lifetime warranty, which matters because a home defense firearm is not something you want to be second-guessing. Independent testing consistently puts the St. Victor in the top tier for mid-range AR-15 reliability. It doesn't just look good on paper, it runs. If your budget is around $1,000 and you want something that is ready for home defense out of the box without needing immediate upgrades, the St. Victor is the pick at this price point. Number 4. Sig Sauer MPX. The Sig Sauer MPX is the most sophisticated pistol caliber carbine on this list, and the price reflects that, but so does everything else about it. The MPX runs on a short-stroke gas piston system, not blowback like most PCCs. That means cleaner operation, softer recoil impulse, and more reliable cycling across a wide range of ammunition. You can run cheap range ammo and premium defensive loads through the same gun without adjusting anything. It accepts Sig MPX magazines in 5, 10, and 30 round configurations. The controls are fully ambidextrous. The folding stock makes it compact for storage and deployment. And the fit and finish, this is Sig Sauer. It feels like a precision instrument because it is one. Recoil magazine describes the MPX as the smoothest running pistol caliber carbine outside of custom competition builds. That's a significant statement, and it holds up. The MPX runs around $1,500. That's a real investment. But for a shooter who wants the absolute best in the PCC category, a gun that will run flawlessly for tens of thousands of rounds with minimal maintenance, the MPX delivers. Buy once, cry once, then never cry again. Number 3. BCM Recce-16. Bravo Company Manufacturing. BCM. If you've spent any time in serious AR-15 circles, you know this name, and you know why it's on this list. BCM was founded by veterans who were not satisfied with the quality of AR-15s available to civilians, so they built their own to military contract standards. The Recce-16 is the result of that philosophy applied to a 16-inch patrol rifle configuration. The cold hammer forged chrome-lined barrel is the foundation. Chrome lining means the barrel resists corrosion and heat better than standard barrels, which matters for a platform you may not clean as often as you should. The BCM bolt carrier group is magnetic particle tested and high pressure tested. Every single one, not random samples, every one. In independent testing, the BCM Recce-16 is consistently ranked among the most reliable AR-15s available at any price point, with documented zero malfunction records across thousands of rounds in professional evaluations. Around $1,400 to $1,600, not cheap. But this is the platform that law enforcement officers, military veterans, and serious civilian shooters buy when they want one AR-15 they never have to think about again. It just runs, every time. That's BCM. Number 2. Daniel Defense DDM4 V7S. Number 2. And if you only want a compact home defense platform, this might actually be your number 1. The Daniel Defense DDM4 V7S is the short-barreled version of Daniel Defense's flagship platform, 11.5-inch barrel, overall length that makes it genuinely maneuverable in tight spaces, and every single component is manufactured in-house by Daniel Defense: barrels, bolt carrier groups, rails, furniture. Complete quality control from raw material to finished product. The cold hammer forged chrome-lined barrel delivers accuracy and durability that most AR manufacturers outsource. Daniel Defense doesn't outsource. They control everything. The MFR XS free-float handguard gives you a full-length rail for lights and accessories while keeping the overall package slim and balanced. The Cerakote finish handles corrosion, scratches, and hard use without complaint. Daniel Defense holds U.S. military contracts. The quality standards that come with those contracts apply to everything they build, including the V7S you buy at retail, around $1,900 to $2,100. That's premium territory. But the DDM4 V7S is a compact combat-ready platform that Daniel Defense builds to the same standards as the guns going to military units. If space is your primary concern, this is the most capable compact option on this list. Number 1. Daniel Defense DDM4 V7. Number 1. The Daniel Defense DDM4 V7 is the best overall home defense platform available in 2026, not in its price range. Overall, here's why. Independent testing across multiple platforms consistently puts the DDM4 V7 at zero malfunctions across thousands of rounds. Sub-MOA accuracy with match ammunition. A mid-length gas system that runs smoother and cooler than carbine-length systems. A cold hammer forged chrome-lined barrel. And the same in-house manufacturing philosophy as the V7S. Complete control over every component. The 16-inch barrel gives you full ballistic performance from 5.56 NATO, which means the round fragments and tumbles through drywall rather than punching straight through like pistol rounds or buckshot. Federal Hornady Tap and Spear Gold Dot defensive loads in 5.56 are specifically engineered to minimize over-penetration while maximizing terminal effectiveness. The DDM4 V7 is fully ambidextrous. The M-LOK handguard accepts weapon lights, lasers, and accessories without adding bulk. The trigger is clean and consistent out of the box, and it comes ready to mount an optic. Add a red dot and a weapon light, and you have a complete fighting system. Around $1,900 to $2,100. Multiple independent reviewers, law enforcement agencies, and military units have validated this platform at that price point and beyond. The AR-15 is the most popular home defense platform in America for a reason. Over 24 million of them are in civilian hands. And the DDM4 V7 is the version that does everything right. That's why it's number 1. Every platform on this list was purpose-built for the reality of home defense in 2026, not the home defense of 30 years ago when options were limited and shotguns were the default answer. The long gun has evolved, the ammunition has evolved, the platforms have evolved, and the result is a category of firearms that offers more capacity, more accuracy, less recoil, and in many cases less wall penetration risk than the alternatives. The shotgun is not dead, but it is no longer the default, and these platforms are exactly why. Now we want to hear from you. What's your home defense setup? What's on this list that you own, and what do you think we got wrong? Drop it in the comments. We read every single one. Hit that like button and subscribe to Firearmology. New videos every week. We'll see you in the next one.